Welcome back, everyone. My name is Lolly, and today I'm sharing another episode in my Confessions of a Craft Hoarder series, in which I go over some crafty tool or supply that I have hoarded to the point of ridiculousness. So this time we're looking at books. Now, every time I'm in a thrift store, I just can't help but look at the books and think, I want to make something out of that. But of course, I'm purchasing faster than I can produce. So the first thing I want to show is all of these little golden books. Now, seriously, look at that. Yes, I have made things with them, books and journals. So I will show you, I will give you a video under this video. I'll give you a link to my video, and that will show how I made like a Peter Pan journal out of a Peter Pan book for my daughter. So let's just quickly go through these little golden books. I have Nurse Nancy and Mickey Mouse, 101 Dalmatians, Bambi, Mother Goose, I don't even know why I bought that one, Kitty's New Doll, Snow White, Bambi, Baby Farm Animals. I think I can get rid of some of these because they no longer appeal to me. Old MacDonald Had a Farm. And this Eeyore one, you'll see the actual gold is missing because I was testing it out on the We Are Makers, their heavy duty cutter that cuts through chipboard. So I was testing that out. Woody Woodpecker, because this, oh my goodness, my childhood. Yes, Funny Bunny. Again, I don't think I need to keep that one. Llama Llama. Nice. 12 Days of Christmas. Oh, and you know, some of these were gifted to me as well. So that's another thing to consider. Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, The Bunny Book, Eeyore Be Happy, Pinocchio. So those are just the little golden books. And on top of that, I have these cuties. Piglet is Entirely Surrounded by Water, Kanga and Baby Root Come to the Florist, and an Expedition to the North Pole. So these are really cute, sweet little ones, but they would make adorable little journals. And just so you know, my style is that when I remove the spine, now there are ways that you can just preserve the little gold spine. So just saying, when I remove these or separate the pages, every one of these pages gets put into my journal so nothing is lost. I just add to it. I don't take anything away. And I have Poems of Friendship. I thought this was a really pretty cover. See, some of the books that I have, they're because I want to make an entire journal out of them. Some of them are because I love the cover and I want to gut it and make a whole junk journal just using the cover. And some of them I buy because of the pages. Now, I use them in mixed media and in my junk journals. Now, this one is clear that I have already removed a page. I could still make a journal out of this, but I have removed a page to use in another project. Coca-Cola Collectibles. I think this is a really great vintage book. Now, this could, and you can do many things with this. You could use the sleeve as pages. You know, you could Mod Podge those to the cover. There's just all sorts of things you can do. So we could just use snippets from here and there in mixed media projects and in junk journals, or we could make an entire journal out of that. And then we have this collection. Oh my goodness. These are bigger than the golden books. 100 Acre Wood Storybook. And that is paper bound. This is also paper bound, Hop on Pop. Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. And there's a lot of glare on these glossy ones. Cat in the Hat comes back. Cat in the Hat. Cat in the Hat. So I've got a few of those. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2. Pooh's Grand Adventure. Can you tell that I like Pooh? Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2. Oops, another Cat in the Hat. Book of Riddles. This is so cute. Oh my gosh. Another big Peter Pan. This one was 75 cents. I cannot believe it. Mickey's Alphabet Soup. Very cute. And then we have It All Started with Columbus, Improbable Account of American History. So I just thought this was a really fun book. Look at that cover. Is that precious? The cover is better than the dust cover. Now I want to find a copyright date on this one, 1953. And I got this And I thought this would make a great journal. First, I thought I wanted to harvest the cover. And then I saw the pages were phenomenal. The information is hilarious and informative. I just thought it was great. So now I'm having a hard time because I think I just want to keep this on my bookshelf. Alice in Wonderland. I like plain covers, so I don't always pick out books because of the topic. So this is called Graces, and I have no idea. Sounds like it might be, I don't know, poems and who knows. I don't see a description what it actually is for. Oh, these are like prayers, it sounds like. But I really like the fact, I like the cover. And I'm really fond of linen binding on there. And again, I picked this one up because of the fact that it was a nice solid cover. So I don't think that I need anything to do with the inside. Again, solid cover. I just am drawn to those. See, no idea what this even is. Prescriptions for Love. Oh my goodness, 1001 Ways to be Romantic. Uh-oh. Okay. Now this one is already missing a cover, and I think, I don't know, I don't even remember. It may be that I use the cover because when I go through all the work of harvesting the insides out of a book so that I can use the cover, I end up giving those away, so I don't really have any to show you. So this is some sort of encyclopedia, but as you can see, these are great pages to use in junk journals to just tear those out. And I really love this cover. This is embossed. It's beautiful. So I would hate to cover that up. It says the American Story. So it's like the history of America. I see about emancipation in here. Awesome. And just out of curiosity, 1956, but I don't think I could cover this. It's just so beautiful. We Americans. Now this is a huge cover. This would take a lot of work to make this into another book, so I'm not sure that I would actually use the cover. It would make a great lap book. But what I got this for was, again, for the pages, and I have torn out little snippets here and there and used them in junk journaling. And everyone should have something like this. You will find these at thrift stores, you know, quite often. And these make great additions to your junk journaling and your mixed media. So I've already cut out several pages of that. Another one that I fell in love with the cover. This is also embossed, and it's seashells and starfish. It's beautiful. And it says Courtship of Miles Standish, you know, which is an old book. And so it was already, you know, separating from its spine. And I don't know when this was published because they don't put the copyright on all of them. So this is pretty interesting. And someone has already repaired this. I was determined that I was going to gut this and use this cover. And I can't bear to. All right. And Joy at Work. Don't know anything about the book itself. Joy at Home, Joy at Work. Epilogue. I don't even know what this is about. But I got this for the white cover. I think that's going to be a great one. Another one. This is One Line a Day. If you're familiar with this diary concept, it is that you write a line, has like a paragraph spot for every day for the year, and you write a line, and then the next year you go back to the January 1st and you start again. But they are so hard to keep up with. My daughter and I each had one. We both got burned out of it, so I gutted one and turned it into a way of holding paper clips in a paperclip swap, and this one I have left over. This is fun, Quotationary. It was $3. You could see this big chunk here because I have torn out big sections and just sent them to friends. It's just all quotes on various topics, like quotes about New York City, quotes about nobility, quotes about numbers. And so these, again, you can cut a whole page out and put it in a junk journal, or you can just cut out one quote and add that to a card or mixed media. And Reader's Digest books make great books for, oh, look at that. Ooh, I would love to keep that in there. You know what I could do when I gut this is that just put this back in after the fact. But anyway, Reader's Digest condensed book covers make great covers for doing junk journals. Surgical Nursing, 6th edition. Oh my gosh, I like this too. Medical combining forms. So this 6th edition, copyright 1940. Now this would be interesting too. For me as a nurse, this is interesting. I would like to see, you know, how nursing care has changed through the years. And this is really fascinating. Now, these ones, I've already removed the covers and used them. So this is what it looks like when you've got a book. You have all of this left over. So again, junk journal pages and mixed media. There's one. Here's another. And I do like the older looking pages that compared to the white ones. Here's another one. So this is so hard to get rid of those, but I can recycle them. Let's say I don't really want to keep this. Now our recycling doesn't take anything larger than 1/2 inch. So what I would do is I would cut the spine and separate these into small stacks. The Hummel book. Now I am not into Hummels, that's for sure. But I know a lot of people are, and they might love the pictures, but I just thought it was a good narrow cover. Living Hymns, I didn't get this for the cover, but I got it. As you could see, I already hole punched part of the music there. So these are also good to use in crafting. Danny and the Dinosaur. Now this is an old library book. And look at this. This was from my childhood. I don't know if I gutted this and made it into a journal, I would also make sure that I went back and put all the pages in. This is glued on there somehow. I don't think the actual cover had, yeah, the cover is great. I'm not, this dust jacket is a bit old and worn, so excuse me while I tear it. See, look, isn't that cute too? What I would probably do is to keep the cover the way it is. But this could be cut up and put on the inside as well. Perfect. I really do like that. Okay, and this one is Hornig, whatever that is. Voice in the Wilderness. Just vintage looking papers. I think it's just a fiction piece. And this is 1906. Oh my goodness, that's a good one. Now look at this. Swinton's Word Analysis. English derivatives from Latin, etc. Very good. And there's all kinds of writing on the inside here. And copyright 1871. Yes, 1871. That's the earliest. But look at this. That is so gorgeous. Now this one, this is so cute. And I've had a hard time cutting into it, but I thought this could make some really adorable things. So it's like a countdown calendar. And then you can use these and hang them on your tree or whatever. And there's some words in there. But, you know, it's the whole thing is like that. It's so adorable. I've had a hard time. Just look at him. He's so cute. I've just had a hard time wanting to cut into this. And now that I am going through these, because it's been so long, now that I'm going through these, I know that I need to I need to sift through and thin down the herd. So these two are plays. So that would be, it's another format entirely, which would lend itself to some other creative work. Timeless Values. Now look at this spine. I could see just covering from this on or leaving this here and covering up, you know, the bottom. But it is one of those gift books. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So absolutely beautiful. Now these are glossy, kind of magazine type pages. Merry Christmas, Treasury of Stories and Songs. I think this is one I'm going to redonate for sure. Sing, the Sing book, 2004. So again, music lends itself really well to junk journaling. This has been fun. So this is the 1902 edition of the Sears and Roebuck catalog. So I have been cutting little pieces out here and there. You see there's entire pages that are missing. And I will put little snippets on a mixed media project. Webster's Elementary Dictionary. These are also great for cutting out snippets to use in your mixed media and junk journaling. I have been cutting bits of that off. Walt Disney's Stories from Other Land. You can see that this is already broken, but how cute. It looks like the pages are in great shape. This is copyright 1965. But look, you could just take out one story at a time. Isn't that fun? Look at this. And then there's other non-cartoony, like there's Sardinia, you know, there's, I don't know, Adventures of Robin Hood. They've just got some great, you know, these would be great even for card making. And who doesn't love a little Waldo, right? This has fallen apart. It's been loved by our family for so many years. And I have actually taken like a hole punch, a circle punch, and I have cut out pieces and made buttons and flair out of them because I think they're so fun. So you could use this for a variety of plans. You could even use this for the front of your journal instead of the back, you know, whatever. Or you could cut this down to whatever size you wanted. And I noticed this is not books, but I noticed that old calendars, I also have them just with my book collection. And that is it. You know, I should have counted all along, but I'm sure I would have lost count as I was going on through this. What amazing collection that even I didn't know I had. So you and I explored this together. Do you love old books? What do you do with them? Have you made journals out of these? Please leave me a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button, and we will create with you again soon.